suggests us that we are going to relate two basic physical quantities. One is the distance covered and the other is the time taken to cover the distance. That's why the name of the concept itself is given as time and distance. So we are going to relate two quantities, distance and time. For example, let's say a person traveled for 20 hours of time and covered 300 kilometers. Let's say this is an information given to us. A person traveled for 20 hours, covered 300 kilometers. If I have to assume or approximate in every hour how much of the distance is traveling, what should I do? 300
divided by 20.
divided by 20. How much it comes? 300 by 20 or 30 by 2 comes as how much?
15.
15. So can I say, or can I approximate that every hour is traveling 15 kilometers of distance?
Yes, sir.
But is there any guarantee that he is traveling with a speed in such a way that every hour is traveling exactly same distance? Is the information guaranteedly given anywhere?
No.
No. But still we are assuming that in every hour is covering 15 kilometers. So this approximation that is taken for every 1 hour or 1 minute or 1 second, whatever it may be, is called rate of travel. The rate at which travel is happening. And this rate of travel is also given a name called speed. Now tell me, how did we get 15 here?
300 divided by 20.
What is 300 here?
Distance by time.
Distance travel. What is 20 hours here?
Total time.
Time. So speed is nothing but the distance traveled by any object per given time or taken time for the same travel. So this is a fundamental or a primary relation that exists between speed, distance and time. Using the distance traveled and the time taken for doing so by an object, we are defining another physical quantity called speed. Some people also call it as rate of journey, rate at which journey is happening or travel is happening. Right. So now, if you see the relation here, speed is equal to distance by time. I can write it as S is equal to D by T, for example. How many variables are present in this entire relation?
3 variables.
3 variables. If you are given with the speed and distance values, you can find the value of what?
Time.
Time. If I am given with the distance and time, I can find the value of what?
Speed.
Speed.
If I know speed and time, I can find the value of what?
Distance.
That's it. Basically, any question of time and distance will give you 2 variables and ask you to find the third variable. Advantage is there is no other variable. Okay? If you have speed and time known to you, you can find only one thing. What is that? Distance. You cannot find anything else because there are only 3 variables. 2 are given. One has to be found out, frankly speaking. And one more observation I have to say here. Speed equal to distance by time. If time is constant, if time is equal to 1, let us say, or if time is kept constant. So in a given time, if you travel with more speed, you cover more distance or less distance?
More distance.
More distance.
So speed is more, distance will be more. Speed is less, distance will be less. That means speed and distance are directly proportional to each other, we say. They are directly related to each other. Directly related to each other means if one increases, the other also increases. Directly related. We call it as directly proportionate also. Same way, if, for example, distance is constant, fixed, distance is fixed. If I travel with more speed, will I take less time to reach the distance or more time to reach the destination?
Less time.
Less time.
So more speed, you take less time. Less speed, you take more time to cover the distance. So I can say speed and time are reversely or inversely related to each other. Inversely related actually means if one increases, the other will decrease and vice versa. Yeah. So that is the relation between speed and distance and speed and time. So whenever speed and distance relation is needed, I can say when speed increases, the distance covered also increases. When speed increases, the time taken will decrease. So this is how mathematically we can relate the relation between them. This symbol is called proportional to. Okay, so leave them like that. Now, because speed is equal to distance by time, distance has its own units and time has its own units. So the units of speed, units means units are useful to actually represent the value or quantum of any given calculation. So units of speed will be nothing but units of distance by units of time.
Yes, sir.
Usually distances in our journeys will be mentioned in what units only?
Kilometers.
Kilometers. If the distance is small, we can also take it as meters.
Yes, sir.
sir.
Normally, when the distance is in kilometers, take the time in hours. So kilometer by hour can be unit, distance by time, or we can take meters by second. We have to call it as kilometer per hour or meters per second. Some people will write this as kmph also. But if you go to foreign countries, abroad, you don't have kilometer system. What is the system for distance there? Miles. When you take distance in miles, time should be taken in hours. So the unit can be miles per hour. We can write it as mph also. So these units will be used in the examinations which are conducted by any abroad organization. For example, if you take GRE, you will be seeing miles per hour. If you write any examination of India, you will be seeing kmph or meters per second, because the system of units is different in different countries. But concept is same, kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Instead of kilometers, they are taking miles. But the problem in our Indian system is how many different units are possible here? 2 kilometer per hour and meters per second. So when 2 units are possible, you should know how to convert 1 unit value into other unit. So for that, a very straightforward relation is, whenever speed of kilometers per hour is given, if you want to convert it into meters per second, simply multiply with 5/18, a very important conversion. So I'll tell you what does it mean. 36 kilometer per hour is given to you. Somebody asked you, please convert it into meters per second. So 36 should be multiplied with what factor?
5/18.
5/8. Now if you see the denominator is having what number here?
18.
18. So it's
18.
straightforwardly asking whether you're able to cut the value with 18 or not. For that, 18 table should be known.
2 plus
So
10.
18, how many times is 36, ma?
2 times
2 5 how much, ma?
10.
10.
So directly 10 meters per second, right? So what is the table multiplication table I'm applying here? 18 table.
1 is into.
Yeah, basically kilometer per hour to meters per second conversion ante we are using 18 table, amma, nothing else than that. So same way, if a person gives you 72 kilometer per hour, now onwards, 18 how many times is 72?
4
Four.
times.
4 times. 4 5 how much?
20.
20.
So directly I can write it as 20 meters per second. And every time putting these steps on paper, unnecessary waste time. So if a person asks me 108 kilometer per hour, I should be able to know 18 how many times is 108 to convert it into meters per second. 18 6s 108. 6 5s how much?
30.
30 meters per second. So like this, kilometer per hour to meters per second conversion requires a division by 18 and then multiplication with 5. So this is one very, very important aspect whenever conversion is needed. Kilometer per hour to meters per second. Now, there is one more conversion which actually is very important. Please tell me, in 1 hour, how many minutes will be there?
60 minutes.
60 minutes.
Sure, kada? So 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. I can write 1 minute is equal to 1/60th of an hour,
Yes, sir.
It's reciprocal.
because 1 minute is 1/60th part of an hour, basically.
Yes,
So
sir.
with this, some persons may ask you, or some examiners may ask you, 36 minutes is equal to how many hours? So if 1 minute is equal to 1/60 hours, 36 minutes will be equal to 36/60 hours into 36 we have to do. Now please remember, 0 we don't worry about when dividing or multiplication. Can 6 cut 36 or not?
6, 6.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
6 times. But because there is a 0 in the denominator, a decimal comes in the numerator. Always remember, if there is a 0 in the denominator, 1 decimal will come here. If there are double zeros, we'll have put a 0. If 3 zeros are there, we'll write like this. So 3 zeros, a decimal and 2 zeros. So for 1 0 in the denominator, 1 decimal in the numerator comes.
0.6.
0.6 we write. We can write it as 0.6 or we can simply write it as 0.6. Now, this 6s is 36, right? The same 6 is coming here. But the only extra is a decimal coming in front. Now tell me, if a person gives you 48 minutes and asks you to convert it into hours, you tell me 6, how many times is 48?
8.
8 times.
Side, sir.
Write it as 0.8.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or you can write 0.8. Some people don't have, or some people don't like 0.8, so they write 0.8. If a person gives me 54 minutes, you tell me what's the directly hours it is into?
0.9.
0.9.
0.9.
0.9.
One decimal we have to put. So if a person gives you 72 minutes, 72 is 6 how many times?
In
6
0.16.
for
6 how many times is 72?
12.
12 times.
12.
12. So
1.2.
1.2.
1.2.
One decimal. One decimal. One decimal.
1.2.
1.2. Right. So 96 minutes another. 96 is 6 how many times? 16 times. So
1.6.
1.6.
So whenever next time onwards the minutes come like this, I directly write hours. You should not ask me how. I am directly dividing by 6, putting one decimal, nothing else. So these are the two conversions that are always important to be done first. Kilometer to meters per second, cutting by 18. Minutes converted into hours, dividing by 6, putting one decimal, right? So these are the two things which are mathematical basics are needed for time and distance calculations. Other things are all dependent on only this relation. This is the only relation on which time and distance completely lies on. Speed equal to distance by time, or distance is equal to speed into time, or time is equal to distance by speed, right? Chalo. Now let us use this concept of speed equal distance by time into various questions. I'll create my own questions here and give you a few questions which were given from previous times. Chalo. A person travels from X to Y at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour and comes back to X at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. If he takes a total time of if he takes a total time of 8 hours, what is the distance between X and Y? What's the distance between X and Y? For example, this is a question given. So please remember one thing. Whenever a question is given, first read the entire question, understand what are given, and directly you can represent this entire question given in English language as a mathematical relation. Now, what is a person doing? First is traveling from a place X to Y, and what is given?
While
Speed.
going 30 km.
30 kilometers per hour speed is given. And he is
Yes, sir.
coming back to X again. Again, what is given?
Speed.
Is given.
Speed is
30 kilometers.
30 kilometers per hour going and 40 kilometers per hour coming back speed. Then what is also given?
Total time.
Total.
Time.
This total time is a combination of how many times, Sama?
2 times.
2 times. Forward and onward journey, or forward or backward journey. So
Yes, sir.
first time plus second time, 2 times is equal to 8 hours. Can I write like this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Because total and plus. Now tell me, according to this relation, can I write time is equal to distance by speed? Time there and
Yes, sir.
speed here.
Yes, sir.
Time equal to distance by speed. Now, in the first journey of X to Y, do you know the distance between X and Y here?
No, sir.
No,
No,
let us
sir.
say it is D. This is the distance traveled. By what is the speed used?
30.
30. 30. First element in the speed, Amma? 30.
30.
While coming back, what is the distance covered, Amma?
40 km.
40, sir.
While coming back, what is the distance covered, Anand?
D.
D, sir.
Same distance.
D, sir.
Same distance. But what is the speed taken?
40.
40 is equal to
8.
8.
8.
So this is the equation using which you have to find out D value. It will not come as a round figure, don't worry. It will not come as a round figure, but let's see what comes. So 30 and 40, can I take LCM as 120 or 30? 3 for LCM, 12 together.
Yes, sir.
So I can get 7D is equal to 960. Because 30, 40 LCM 120, 120 goes that side, 120 into 8, 12 8 96 with a 0. So D is equal to 960 by 7. Now 7, how many times it cuts? 7 13s is 91.
Yes, sir.
50 on the 7 7s is 40, nearly 137 kilometers per hour. Sorry, kilometers is the distance.
Yes, sir.
And this is the distance between X and Y. That's what he's asking also.
Yes, sir.
Actually 137 point something will come, but I'm just taking it as approximately 137. So if you can understand this entire question as this, and you know time is equal to distance by speed, where distance is not known, but both the places same distance is covered with different speeds. Distance by speed, distance by speed. Kata. So aptitude is all about understanding this entire English sentence into a single math relation. If you can write this, do the calculation, get the answer, Kata. Let's see. Another question says, a person travels from his home to office at 40 km/h speed and reaches 10 minutes late. Next day, he travels at 50 km/h speed and reaches 5 minutes early. What is the distance to his office? What is the distance to his office? So this is a question given, let's say. So again, just go through the entire question and tell me, we are talking about how many people here?
One
One person.
What is the first information given about the person?
40
Travels
km
40 km at a
Any one person? Tell me.
40
what is-
కిలోమీటర్ పర్ అవర్ తో వెళ్తే 10 minutes లేట్ గా వెళ్తున్నాడు
ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళాడు? సినిమాకి వెళ్ళాడు.
Office.
ఆఫీస్.
సో హీ ట్రావెల్డ్ అట్ 40 km అండ్ ఇప్పుడు నుంచి కొంచెం ట్రై టు స్పీక్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్, అది కూడా ప్రాక్టీస్ అయిపోతుంది మీకు. సో హీస్ ట్రావెలింగ్ అట్ 40 km/h స్పీడ్, బట్ బై ద టైమ్ హీ రీచ్ టు ద ఆఫీస్ హీ వాస్ 10 minutes లేట్ టు ద ఆఫీస్. సో ఆటోమేటిక్గా నెక్స్ట్ డే ఇఫ్ హీ వాంట్స్ టు గో ఆన్ కరెక్ట్ టైమ్ హీ హ్యాస్ టు ఇంక్రీజ్ ది స్పీడ్ ఆర్ డిక్రీజ్ ది స్పీడ్?
ఇంక్రీజ్.
So he tried to
Increase,
increase the
sir.
speed next day.
Yes, sir.
And
50
what was the
kilometers.
final result?
5 minutes
minutes
early.
5 minutes.
5 minutes early. బాబు మళ్ళీ నీ వాయిస్ ఎక్కువ ఉందమ్మా, రోజు మీరు ఎక్కువ వాయిస్తో జాయిన్ అవుతున్నారు. స్పీకర్ వాల్యూమ్ తగ్గించేసుకోండి. రైట్. సో I can say, for example, if 10 a.m. is office time, first day when he went at 40 km/h, he reached the office at what time? 10 minutes late
10
means
15 10
10. Next day when he was 5 minutes early, he should be reaching the office at what time?
9:55.
9:55. So this was the time he reached the office on the first day. This was the time he reached the office on the second day. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes sir.
So what is the difference between the timings we are able to see here?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Can I write 15 minutes as 15 by 60 hours?
Yes sir.
Because we have to write everything in our time should be in hours, because kilometer per hour are the things mentioned. Hours are seconds, any 2 units. Minutes will not be used as units. So 15 by 60 can be written as 1/4 of an hour.
Yes sir.
So this is the time difference between both the times. The difference means what is the symbol in math? Difference?
Minus.
Minus. So first day time and second day time difference is 15 minutes or 1/4 hour. Yes or no?
Yes sir.
And according to the basic relation, time is equal to
Distance by
Distance
speed.
by speed.
distance by speed. Do you know the distance here?
No, sir.
No sir.
So first distance is d. First day speed is how much?
40
40.
km.
30 kilometer per hour.
Minus. Second day distance is again d. Speed is 50. Is equal to 1/4. Khatam. Your answer is over. Again, you have to find d value only. So there is nothing different between the previous question and this one, except previously plus was given. Here minus is given. Right? Answer will be 50 kilometers. Don't worry. But basically, there is no difference between the previous question and this one. Only thing is English was changed. Screenplay was changed. Movie is not new. Screenplay was new. Story was the same. Instead of giving total time, he has given difference on time. Like this, we can create 10 questions which look like 10 different questions, but are all same questions. So your main duty is to understand the concept of the question and then present the basic math relation present inside the question. Once this relation is presented correctly, calculated correctly, your answer is over. So that is where our approach of answering the questions in the training will help you out. So what is the main thing, main essence? The main essence of the question is this, nothing else. There are many other ways of answering this, but this is the main essence by using which one relation, one calculation, your answer is ready. Let's see one more. A bus travels at an average of 72 kilometer per hour without any stoppages. Without any stoppage. Including stoppages, it travels at an average of 60 kilometer per hour. On an average, for how much time in minutes every hour is it stopping? So let's say this is a question given to us. Just go through the entire question once. Entire question just observe.
Yes, sir.
So what is the basic concept given in this question?
Without stoppage అయితే 72 kilometer per hour వెళ్తుంది.
నేను ఇచ్చింది ఏంటని అడగట్లేదు. The question was written by me or not?
Yes, sir.
Then again, you are telling me the same question in Telugu. I told you yesterday, translation is not the meaning. నేను మీకంటే బాగా ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేయగలుగుతాను. చేయమంటారా? కాబట్టి దాని పర్ఫెక్ట్ మీనింగ్ చెప్పండి నాకు. Don't translate it. I know the translation. I am the person who created the question. Everybody should be at least studying in English medium, right? And if I remove this 60 and 72, all the other words are in English, right? If my writing is not so bad as a doctor's writing, you should be able to understand the words at least to 80% of them. A bus travels at an average of 72 km per hour without any stoppage. Including stoppages, it travels at an average of 60 km per hour. On an average, for how much time in minutes every hour is it stopping? And the meaning enti? What is the meaning of it? If you tell the meaning, I'll tell the answer. I'll wait until you tell the meaning, Amma. I am very patient. Don't worry. If I want to, I have to discuss the same question for 3 classes, I'll discuss. I am not any Sri Chaitanya Narayana College or any other college which says this is a question, this is the answer, this is a question. No. మీరు చెప్పడం ఎంతసేపు వెయిట్ చేస్తారో నేను అంతసేపు వెయిట్ చేస్తాను. నా ఓపిక పరీక్షించండి, చేద్దాం. ఇక్కడే కూర్చుంటాను, తింటాను, రాత్రి 11 వరకు ఇదే క్వశ్చన్ మీద డిస్కషన్ పెట్టుకుంటాను. ఓకే, కాబట్టి నా ఓపికతో మీరు పోటీ పడవద్దు. మీరు ఎవరైనా చెప్పాలనుకుంటే చెప్పండి. వాట్ ఇస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద క్వశ్చన్? What is the sense that we get from these 2 sentences? At least I am directly giving a hint. From these 2 sentences, what is the sense we can get? He actually was saying when it did not stop anywhere, it was traveling 72 km per hour. But when it is stopping, it is traveling 60 km per hour. This is information I gave you. Means what? Means what?
And it is stopping the time increases, so the speed is decreasing. As time and speed are inversely proportional.
ఓకే, ఈ సెంటెన్స్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గా వాట్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్ వీ కెన్ టేక్ అవుట్? ఈజ్ ఇట్ రియల్లీ గోయింగ్ స్లో?
Yes, sir.
అంటే డూ యూ థింక్ దట్ బస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ గోయింగ్ ఫాస్ట్ యాజ్ ఇట్ వాస్ గోయింగ్ ప్రీవియస్లీ? బికాస్ ఇక్కడ 72 ఇక్కడ 60 ఉందంటే స్పీడ్ తగ్గిపోయిందన్న ఇక్కడ.
No, sir.
డిస్టెన్స్ తగ్గిందని కొంచెం.
డిస్టెన్స్ తగ్గిపోయింది. ఎందుకు తగ్గిపోయింది?
Top.
వై డిడ్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ కవర్డ్ ఎవ్రీ అవర్ ఈస్ డిక్రీజింగ్? వాట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ఫర్ ఇట్?
Because it stopped in the middle.
Because it is stopping for some time, and the time of stopping is actually missing out from the journey kada. And here there are two numbers. మా ఊర్లో ఏం చెప్తారంటే, in my town is Hyderabad, if 72 km per hour bus is now covering 60 km per hour, it actually means that every hour 12 kilometers are missing. అవునా కదా?
Yes, sir.
అంతే అమ్మ మీనింగ్. అంతకంటే
Yes,
పెద్ద
sir.
ఏదో పెద్ద ఆలోచిస్తున్నారేమో. ఇదేం పెద్ద క్రిస్టఫర్ నోలన్ సినిమా కాదు, సింపుల్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఇది. ఎవ్రీ అవర్ ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ 72 kilometers, if 60 kilometers are covered, every hour the bus is missing 12 kilometers or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
It is actually going at a speed of 72 kilometers for every 1 hour.
Sir.
Now out of the 72, it is missing how many kilometers every hour?
12.
12. Can anybody tell me 12 is what fraction of 72? 12 is what fraction of 72?
1 by 6.
1/6.
That means it is missing its 1/6 of distance, sir.
Yes.
Why it is missing? What is the reason for missing the distance?
Because of stopping.
Stopping. That means it is stopping in such a way that 1/6 is getting missed.
Distance loss.
That means it is missing 1/6 of every hour.
Yes.
What is 1/6 of every hour? Every hour is having how many minutes?
60 minutes.
అయిపోయింది. వాడు అడిగింది 1/6 of 60 ఎంత అని కదా, ఇంకేముంది దాంట్లో?
10 minutes.
ఇంతకంటే ఈజియెస్ట్ ఏముంది? 1/6 into 60 is the easiest calculation in life or not?
Yes, sir.
ఈసారి మీకు 12 టేబుల్ చెప్పారా అని అడిగాడమ్మా. If you know 12 is 1/6 of 72, so 1/6 of distance is missing because 1/6 of speed is time is missing out. And how much time? Every hour 1/6 is missing. Hour is nothing but 60 minutes. So this is what English is about. Understanding a question solves 90% of the questions. దీన్ని మరి ఎక్స్ అనుకుని ఏందేందో కూడా చేయొచ్చు మనం. But no, unnecessary. If you can understand the question perfectly, perceiving and perception. If your perception is proper, 90% of aptitude questions do not require mathematics. They require only tables up to 20. Up to 20 to tables chahiye. 12, 6 or 72 is needed. So you give me 20 tables knowledge, I will tell you how to apply them. Okay. 10 minutes every hour miss avutundi. Simple. If now tell me the beauty is, if I write a 54 here, so how much is the every hour missing distance?
18.
18. 18 is what fraction of 72?
4.
1/4, because 18 fours is 72. So 1/4 distance missing means 1/4 of every hour should be missing. What is 1/4 of 60 minutes?
15 minutes.
You can answer. Simple. This question is copied from GMAT, used in GRE, used in IPMAT, used in TCS, also used in SBI. అంటే ఒకసారి మంచి ఎగ్జామ్ దొరికిందంటే అందరూ వాడుకుంటారు. You cannot say, sir, this question is what? This question can be anywhere. This is a time and distance question. Is it IPMAT question? Is it CAT question? Is it anything? Anyone can use this.
Hour అంటే 1/6 సార్. ఒకవేళ అవర్ అని ఇస్తే
ఏదమ్మా? What fraction of an hour is missing అంటే 1/6. How many minutes అంటే we convert it into minutes.
ఓకే.
Yeah, let's see one more. And I'm just showing you here the importance of understanding a question. అది ఇంపార్టెంట్ చూడండి. క్వశ్చన్ అర్థమైతే 90% క్వశ్చన్స్ ఆన్సర్ అయిపోతాయి. A person travels at 3/5 of his usual speed and gets delayed by 20 minutes than usual in reaching his office. what is his usual time of travel? What is his usual time of travel? So this is a question which is a very, very standard. The questions that I am discussing today are very standard pattern questions. Using these standard pattern questions, they can form slightly different types of questions also. Now, what is happening to the person? Just go through the entire question. First rule, any question is written, first go through the entire question. So what is happening to the person today?
Person is going with the lower speed, sir.
Because his
usual.
speed got 3 by 5. 3 by 5 is a fraction where denominator is greater than numerator. Whenever
sir.
denominator is greater, value gets decreased. We will see that in percentages anyhow. So because 3/5 of the speed is only the fraction used, instead of his usual speed, he's getting delayed because speed decreases, automatically time increases.
Yes, sir.
And how much delay is coming in?
20.
20.
What is the usual time of travel? Normally, we'll answer the question using our approach we were using till now. Do you know the distance of travel here?
Yes.
No. Do you know the actual speed of the person in kilometers per hour or anything here?
No, sir.
Do you know the actual time of the person in minutes or seconds here?
No, sir.
No, we don't know anything. So we can write distance as d. Usual speed is s. Usual time is t.
Yes.
And what is the difference happening here? Difference is happening in what time?
Minutes, time.
Time. So I can say usual time minus today's time is equal to 20 minutes. 20 minutes can be written as 1 by 3 hours. 20 by 60.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, we don't know the distance. Time means distance by speed.
Yes, sir.
So distance traveled with 3 by 5 of speed today minus usual time. Usual time we can write it as d by s because time is equal to distance by speed
Yes, sir.
is equal to 1 by 3. So you can see d by s here, d by s here can be taken common. 1 by 3 by 5 becomes what, ma?
5 by 3.
5 by 3 minus 1 is equal to 1 by 3. So d 5 by 3 you can see here. D by s equal to d by s into 2 by 3 is equal to 1 by 3. So d by s is equal to 3 gets
1 by
cancelled, 1 by 2. And d by s is nothing but what?
Time.
Time. Time will come in hours. So usual time is 1 by 2 hours. 1 by 2 hours also can be written as
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30.
Right. So in that session, we used a question previously also we did a question here. 15 minutes time difference. Here 20 minutes time difference. But only thing is nothing is known. So distance traveled with 3 by 5 speed minus distance traveled with normal speed equal to 1 by 3, 20 minutes. So d by s I took common, 5 by 3 minus 1, 2 by 3. So d equal to 1 by 2 hours, which is 30 minutes. So this is a usual way of answering the question according to the mathematical relation we have written. Taking d and s are usual distance, usual speed. The same question can be answered by using proportions. I'll just show you here, and when we discuss the concept of proportions, we'll again discuss the question. Now, these proportions actually say you can take any change as a fraction, and using change fractions, we can get the answers. Change fractions, we can get the answers. That's what the proportions concept tells us. Anyhow, we'll be discussing it separately. Now, 3 by 5th of usual speed means instead of 5 parts, he's using only 3 parts. That
Yes,
means
sir.
he is decreasing his speed by 2 by 5.
2/5.
Yes, sir.
So 2/5 speed decreased, he is causing a delay of 20 minutes. That's what he's saying.
Yes.
So mathematically 2/5 speed is equivalent to 20 minutes.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Total speed today is equivalent to 2 by 5 goes that side becomes 5 by
50 minutes.
50 minutes. That means he's saying if he travels with today's full speed, he takes 50 minutes of full time. But in this 50 minutes full time today, how much delay is happening?
20.
20 minutes.
If 20 minutes delay should not happen, he should travel within 30 minutes or not?
Yes, sir.
Right? Directly we got the answer. No need of these big equations also. అంటే as you keep learning new concepts and know how to apply them into other concepts, sometimes answers may become easier to get. Every time you need not really worry about mathematical equations. But if this logic doesn't come to mind, this meaning directly from English to math at least should help you get the answer. Any one of the logic should be applied. So 2/5 of speed change is equal to 20 minutes change. Then if he travels at full speed today, one means full, is 50 minutes of full time. So remove the delay time, you will get the usual time. That this is a simple calculation than this.
Yes.
Let's see one more. So like this, we can keep on going, taking any number of questions now, basically. We'll take one more question and then we'll discuss a small concept which is present in the same time and distance. A man travels from A to B at the speed of or at the rate of 30 kilometers per hour. If the distance between A and B is 240 kilometer and he wants to travel back to A taking 1 hour or taking 2 hours less than the onward journey, at what speed he must travel? At what speed he must travel? This is actually a very simple question, wantedly dragged to become a longer question. All long questions need not be difficult ones. Just see what is the person doing here. First, what did the person do initially?
Travels from
He traveled from
A
A
to
to B,
A to B. What's the distance of A to B given?
240,
240 kilometers. He traveled with what speed?
30.
30 kilometers.
Then he wants to come back. But what is his requirement? Whatever time he has already taken from A to B, now
It
he
should be
wants
2 hours less.
2 hours less than. So you tell me, with 30 speed, 240 kilometers take how much time?
8
8
hours.
hours.
8, because 240 by 30, 24 by 3, 8 hours. Now he wants to cover that in 2 hours less, means he wants to do it in how much time?
Hours.
Sir,
6 hours. So 240 kilometers should be covered within 6 hours. He used.
60
Yes, sir.
kilometers.
So
60
240
kilometers.
by 6. 240 by 6. 240 by 6.
Okay. 240 kilometers.
40 kilo. 6 4 24. So what
Yes,
is
sir.
the speed to be followed? 40 kilometers.
40 kilometers.
Nothing else. Now, in this question itself, I'm just seeing. I'll just take out a simple concept. While going from A to B, what is the speed followed?
30,
30. While coming back, what is the speed followed?
40,
40. Now, what is the time taken when he was going from A to B?
8 hours,
8 hours. While coming back,
6 hours,
so what's the total time taken by him for both the journeys? 8 plus 6.
14 hours.
So if I take 14 hours of total time, he covered 240, 240, 480 kilometers. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Then if I directly find out every hour how much he is traveling approximately, it comes 480 by 14. So first definition of distance and speed and time, I use this speed equal distance by time. Now this speed can be assumed as his speed followed every 1 hour. But is it really true? While going forward, he used 30 km per hour speed. While coming back, he used 40 km per hour speed. But if I take the entire scenario into single picture, 14 hours he traveled 480 kilometers. Every hour his speed is seeming to be 480 by 14. So if anybody asks me what is the speed of the entire journey, I have to say 480 by 14 km per hour. But is it really the speed he followed in the journey?
No, sir.
No. But this speed is a constant speed that can represent the whole journey as it is.
Yes.
You maintaining the same time and same total distance covered. So this constant speed, which is approximated, this is an approximated value now, to represent the entire journey, instead of giving different speeds, is given a name average speed of the journey. So 99% of the times when a person says a man travel from A to B at 30 kilometer per hour, is it really practically possible for a person to travel at 30 every moment of time outside?
No, sir.
He has to stop somewhere, he has to accelerate, he has to decelerate, you have to again stop somewhere. So 30 kilometer per hour also should be an approximate speed that is followed through by him. So that approximate speed that is mentioned instead of giving all the different speeds should be called actually what?
Average speed.
Average speed. So how this average speed got calculated here? We simply took the total distance he traveled and the total time he used instead of distinguishing between upward journey and downward journey. So simply people define average speed as the total distance that is covered by an object per the total time of travel. Frankly speaking, today's first definition was this only. 20 hours, 300 kilometers, every hour 15 kilometers. We never bothered what happened in between, whether he really stopped at any place, whether he decelerated anywhere, whether he accelerated anywhere. We don't bother about it. We simply take the speed as if every hour is going at a constant speed. So that speed actually should be called as what? Average speed.
Average speed.
Because in reality, 99.99% of the objects cannot travel at the constant speed throughout the time because of various factors outside. Now, can you tell me any object that travels at constant speed every time? Any example of an object that travels every moment of time at the constant speed? According to your knowledge, yes, ma'am? Earth. Any celestial object. What do you mean by celestial object? Object from space.
Yes.
Right. Even satellites. Once a satellite goes and fixes itself in the orbit, it automatically rotates at a constant speed. So they will have constant speed. But in real world, normally outside cars, buses, even if you walk also, you cannot maintain 100% guaranteedly the constant speed throughout the journey. So what is the most important factor of our journey? Not speed. We have to take actually what? Average speed. So in average speed, what are the only two things considered? Total distance covered,
Total time.
taken. What happened in between, we don't bother. Now using this concept, there are many questions that actually come where you have to find out average speed of a given journey. So let's see a question here. A bus travels for 36 minutes at the rate of or with a speed of 60 kilometers per hour. Another 48 minutes at the rate of 50 kilometers per hour, and another 72 minutes at the rate of 40 kilometers per hour. What is its average speed for the entire journey, he may ask you. What is the average speed for the entire journey? Now, you see here, the bus is making how many journeys? Or how many categories of speeds are given?
Three.
First speed 60 kilometers per hour is maintained for how much time?
36.
36.
Next to 48 minutes, it maintained a speed of 50 kilometers per hour.
Yes, sir.
Next 72 minutes, it maintained a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. Finally, what is asked to us?
Average.
We have to find average speed. What do we know about average speed?
Total distance.
Total time.
Total distance by total. See here, in the first information, we know time and we know speed. So when time and speed are given, we can find the distance. Distance is equal to speed into time.
Yes, sir.
But the times are mentioned in what?
Minutes.
Here in speed, h means what?
Hours.
Hour.
Hours. So first we have to convert minutes into hours. I told you
Yes,
minutes
sir.
to hours conversion means by 60.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
0.6
36
hours.
by 60 means it actually becomes 0.6 hours.
6.
So speed is time is 0.6 and speed is 60. So your distance is 0.6 into 60. Beauty is this decimal and zero get cancelled.
36
36.
kilometers.
So straight forward, I can say 36 kilometers is the traveled distance in the first case. Similarly, in the second case, 48 minutes is 0.8 hours.
Yes, sir.
0.8, yes, sir.
0.8 into 50 is 5 into 8.
Yes, sir. 40.
5 into 8,
40.
40. So the distance traveled is 40 here, kilometers. Same way here, 72 minutes is 1.2.
1.2,
1.2 into
4,
12 fours.
40.
12 fours, 48.
48 kilometers.
So total distance, we have to add the entire distance here. By total distance by
Total time.
time. Time is 0.6 hours here, 0.8 hours here,
1.2.
1.2 hours here. So see what is the 76 plus 48, 124 by 2.6. This is the average speed. Now don't worry about calculations or something. If this is 26, let's say, if this is 26, 26 5 is 130 mm.
Yes, sir.
26 5 is 130 kada?
Yes, sir.
26 5 is 130 meeku. So this is 124 here. So the answer should start with 4, not 5. And it should be less than 50 mm. It should be less than 50. So it can be in 40s. So if there is only one option in 40s, that is your answer. If there is only one answer in 40s, that is your answer. It actually comes as 48 nearly if you verify. Because than 130, how much less is 124 amma?
6.
6. 2.6 2's kadama 6 and nearly. So than 50, 2 less should be there nearly. So very approximately 48 should come. But in 40s, if only one option is there, that is your answer. Within 40s, only one option ఉంది అనుకోండి. Don't calculate also. But if all the questions, all the options are like this అనుకోండి, then you need to calculate the nearest approximate value. Okay. Sometimes options also will be very friendly where no calculation is needed. Right. So total distance by total time. That's the only method of getting the value of what here? Average speed.
Average.
And every time minutes are given, the time is to be converted into what?
Hours.
Hours.
Right. Then only you can apply them. Chalo. We'll see a very important pattern of question that keeps coming in average speed. Many examinations, it has come very frequently. I'll give 2 questions here. A person travels up a hill at a speed of 50 km/h and returns down the hill at 90 km/h. What is his average speed for the entire journey is one question. A bus travels from A to B at the rate of 30 km/h, B to C at the rate of 60 km/h, and C to A at the rate of 120 km/h, C to D, let's say. What is its average speed if A, B, C, and D are equidistant? So if you see the first question, the person is doing how many travels here?
2 times.
2 travels. He is going up the hill and going down the hill.
Yes.
And what is the final question asked to us?
Average speed.
What is the definition we know about average speed?
Total distance by
By
total.
total time. Now, total distance by total time. Is in this question any information given about the distance traveled up the hill and down the hill?
No, sir. Only speed.
Only speeds are given. Not even time is given. But we want distance, total distance by total time, not speed at all. Same way, you can go through this question also. It is making how many journeys in total?
3.
3. Everywhere, what is the information given?
Speed only.
Speeds only. Speeds. No information about the quantity of distance except saying A, B, C, D are equidistant. What do you mean by equidistant?
All are equal.
All the distances are equal.
Equal.
And same way, going up the hill and going down the hill, the distance traveled up and down will be same or not?
Yes, sir.
So these are classical examples of questions where equal distances are covered with different speeds.
Yes, sir.
So now in the next slide, I'll be giving you a very important note that will be useful directly to apply for the questions where n equal distances, there are n equal distances, 2 equal distances, 3 equal distances, n number of equal distances are covered with speeds, different speeds, s1, s2, like this, n different speeds, let's say. Some names are to be given, so I'm giving 1, 2, 3 up to n. Then directly average speed is defined as the number of equal distances divided by reciprocals of all the speeds added. In statistics, we call this as a harmonic minimum, harmonic average. That becomes average speed in our time and distance. And this can be used only when the distances covered are all
Equal distances.
equal distance. Distances are all equal, speeds can be varying. So using this, we can directly find out the average speed of the given scenario. Right? Now let us see how to apply this concept into the previous questions. Here, how many equal distances are covered? Up the hill, down the hill, how many times he traveled?
2 times.
2 times, right? First speed is 50 and the second speed is 90.
Yes, sir.
This is your answer. So 50 and 90, you can directly write like this. 90 comes here, 50 comes here, and 50 into 90 goes above also. Because denominator of denominator goes to the top. 50 plus 90 is 140. 10 anyhow get cancelled. If you want, you can cancel like this also. So it is 450 by 7.
Yes.
7 6 are 42, 420, still 30, 64 point something you are getting. Because 7 4 is 28. 64 point something will come. So 64 point something will take as the option. Now in this question, how many equal distances are getting covered?
3.
3. 3 by what's the first speed traveled?
1 by 30.
30 plus 1 by
60.
plus 1 by
120.
120. 30, 60, 120, I can take 120 because 3, 6 are factors of 12. So if I take 120 as the LCM, denominator of denominator goes above. 30, how many times is 120? 4 times. 60, 2 times.
2 times.
120, 1 time.
One.
You can see here 360 by 7.
60 by 7.
7 5 is 35. 7 1 7 something. So 51 point something. So any number of equal distances may be given. Maximum we can go for 4 equal distances somehow. Like this. So n equal distances covered with different speeds, average speed can be directly taken. And this has been derived from the concept of statistics. Statistics actually comes in pure math. Mean, median, mode and something will be there. This is a harmonic average formula. If any person asks you what is a harmonic average of n values, this is the harmonic average. Number of values by reciprocals of all values added. And if you observe all the questions that we discussed today, maybe 8 to 10 questions, I don't know. Every question actually has a common point. You see here, I'm talking about a person here. I'm talking about a bus here. I'm talking about a person here. I'm talking about a man here. I'm talking about a bus. So everywhere we are talking about only one object moving.
Yes, sir.
So all these come into the first part of time and distance where only a single object moves. Only a single object moving is under consideration. The next part of time and distance actually is about scenario when two objects move with respect to each other. With respect to each other. Now, when two objects move with respect to each other, there are two scenarios possible. They can move in same direction with respect to each other, or they can move in opposite direction with respect to each other. I'll just introduce this concept and leave so that tomorrow in the next session, we'll be continuing the discussion on the same. Now, I'll just give a simple relation. This actually has to be understood as theory of relativity. Let's say I am at a place A and my friend is at a place B. We are 200 kilometers apart from each other. We are 200 kilometers apart from each other. One day I called my friend A, my friend at B, and said, I want to come and meet you. Now, if I have to go and meet my friend, how many kilometers I have to travel?
200 kilometers.
200. Now, when I started traveling like this, my friend called me and said, I am also coming towards you. So let us meet whenever we can meet anywhere. So let's say we are meeting here. Now, because my friend is coming in opposite direction and approaching me, am I feeling an advantage being given to me or disadvantage being given to me?
Advantage.
What's the advantage?
Distance
Time
reduces.
is less.
I can
Time.
save time or not? I can save some time.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
But the
Yes, sir.
distance between A and B, will it change?
No, sir.
No. But still, how I am able to save time?
Because my friend is also.
Because my friend is also doing some work which is adding to my work or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That work he is doing is nothing but traveling or not? So if I am traveling at a speed of S1 kilometers every hour, my friend is traveling S2 kilometers every hour. He is covering this S2 kilometers every hour in addition to my kilometers covered or not? So even though I'm traveling at S1, I feel that because my friend is traveling at S2, every hour the total number of kilometers covered will be S1 plus S2 or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We are together covering some because he is giving an advantage to me. Kada. So this comes as the speed of the entire scenario. Every 1 hour, both the objects are covering S1 plus S2 kilometers per hour because this person is getting an advantage of this person coming in opposite direction. Now let us take a converse of the same scenario. I was traveling like this. What my friend did, he started traveling like this in S2 with S2 speed. Now, by the time I come here, he would be reaching some other place. Again, I travel from here to here. My friend actually goes here. Like that, whenever I'm traveling, trying to meet him, he is going away from me. Now, because of this S2, my speed is getting an advantage or disadvantage?
He said.
Disadvantage.
Any number of kilometers I am covering is getting wasted because of this S2 being covered unnecessarily.
Yes.
So even though I'm traveling S1, still I feel that I am still lagging behind S2 kilometers than my friend or not. So even though my speed is S1, because my friend is going away from me with S2 speed, I feel that this is my speed. He is wasting my speed every time because of S2 going away from me. That's why chasing is always difficult because if you want to try to reach him, he wants to go away from you. So even if you're going at 100 kilometers per hour, the other object is going at 80 kilometers per hour, you may travel 100, but the other object automatically travels 80. So what is the maximum gap you may cover in between both of them every hour? Only 20 kilometers of extra gap you are covering or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So every time only 20 kilometers per hour is extra gap you are covering in between them. So if he is already present at 200 kilometers away, this is the thief, this is the police. Thief calls to the police. I am going away from here, already 200 kilometers away. If you want to catch me if you can. Then police starts at 100 kilometers per hour, let's say. Every 100 kilometers the police covers, thief also covers how many kilometers?
80.
So police is actually reducing the gap only by 20 extra kilometers.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Like
sir.
that 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, how much gap has to be covered completely to catch him?
200.
200. So tell me 20, 20, 20, how many times become 200?
10.
10.
That means he has to travel 10 hours like that so that he can catch the thief or not.
Yes, sir.
This is one of the questions that we are going to see tomorrow. And though he is traveling at 100, he is feeling that he is traveling only 20 kilometers every hour because he is wasting 80 kilometers out of it. This is what we call as relative speed. But instead of calling it relative speed, simply say speed. So whenever opposite direction travels happen, speeds get added. Whenever I have written this. Whenever opposite directions travel is happening, speed get added. Whenever same direction travel happens, speed gets subtracted. So that is how things are. So opposite direction speeds get added and same direction speeds get subtracted. So this is a concept that we will be using tomorrow. Once we are done with this relative speed and two objects moving, we'll make the objects as trains. What's the only difference for a train and normal object is train is a long object. So a train has a long length compared to other objects. So a train can cross another object, and train crossing an object will take some time. So we'll be seeing relative speed related questions and trains crossing another object questions. And finally, after completing all the discussions on land, we'll see a very simple application of time and distance into boats traveling in water. With this discussion, tomorrow we'll be winding up time and distance. But please remember, whatever place you go to time and distance, the only relation existing is speed is equal to
Distance by time.
distance by time. Sometimes speeds may get added or subtracted. Sometimes something else may be happening, but this relation will never change. If speed and distance are given to you, what will you find out?
Time.